Lewis Hamilton could not hide his anger after Ferrari was handed a heavy penalty at the Chinese Grand Prix. The decision has sparked a heated debate in the racing world, with many questioning the fairness of the penalty handed down. Hamilton, who is known as a vocal figure when it comes to Formula One issues, was very vocal about his disappointment with the situation. Did Ferrari really deserve this punishment, or was it a controversial decision? Let's discuss it. The 2025 Chinese Grand Prix became a nightmare for the Ferrari team after both their drivers, Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton, were disqualified after the race due to technical violations. This incident not only rocked the Formula One world, but also sparked a strong reaction from fans who felt disappointed and frustrated by the incident. Leclerc and Hamilton initially showed promise throughout the race weekend, with both posting impressive times in qualifying and battling at the front of the field throughout the race. However, Ferrari's hopes of a podium finish, or even a win, were dashed after the FIA conducted a post-race technical inspection of their car. The results of the investigation showed a violation of the technical regulations, resulting in the decision to disqualify both drivers. This decision immediately provoked various reactions from the F1 community, especially from Ferrari supporters. Many took to social media to express their disappointment, questioning how a team as big as Ferrari could make a fatal mistake that resulted in a double disqualification. Several observers also pointed out that this incident could have a major impact on Ferrari's chances of winning the title this season. Ferrari itself released an official statement immediately after the decision was announced. In the statement, the team admitted that there was an error in the technical aspects of their car and stated that they would conduct a thorough evaluation to prevent similar incidents from happening in the future. They also emphasized their commitment to continue competing at the top of the competition, even though the incident at the Chinese GP was a huge blow to the team and its supporters. The race at the Shanghai International Circuit initially gave great hope to the Ferrari team. From free practice to qualifying, their car showed a promising increase in performance. Charles Leclerc performed impressively with consistent speed, while Lewis Hamilton, although not part of Ferrari, also showed a fairly strong performance in the face of tough competition from other teams. During the race, both drivers performed competitively and were able to stay in the front group, but not enough to break into the top three. With a good strategy and an almost perfect race execution, Leclerc managed to finish fifth, while Hamilton finished sixth. This result certainly added important points for the team in the competition in the Constructors' Championship. But the good fortune did not last long. After the race, the FIA conducted a routine technical inspection of the participating cars. The inspection, which was initially considered a normal procedure, actually revealed technical violations involving the Ferrari car as well as Hamilton's Mercedes. The problem was related to aerodynamic components that were considered not to be in accordance with the established regulations. The FIA took a firm decision. Leclerc and Hamilton were disqualified from the race, which meant that all the points they had scored were removed from the championship. This was a huge blow to Ferrari as they lost valuable points that could help them in the tight competition with other teams such as Red Bull and McLaren. The FIA found two major technical violations on the Ferrari car after the post-race inspection. The first violation was related to the skid block or friction board under Lewis Hamilton's car. The inspection results showed that the amount of wear on the skid block had exceeded the limit allowed by Formula One regulations. The function of the skid blocks is to ensure that the car is not too low to create an unauthorized aerodynamic advantage, so excessive wear is considered a serious violation. Meanwhile, Charles Leclerc's car received another violation related to the weight of the car. The FIA found that Leclerc's car weighed 1 kilogram less than the minimum limit set by the Formula One technical regulations. Every car competing in a race must meet the minimum weight limit in order to maintain a balance between performance and safety on the track. Lighter weight can provide advantages in terms of acceleration and control, so this non-compliance is considered an unacceptable violation. As a result of these two violations, the race results of both drivers were immediately invalidated and they were officially disqualified from the race. This disqualification had a major impact on the team's championship standings and strategy for the following races. Ferrari had to accept this decision with a heavy heart, while the FIA emphasized that the technical rules were strictly applied in order to maintain sportsmanship and fairness in Formula One competition. Lewis Hamilton could not hide his disappointment after learning of his disqualification. Even before the news of his disqualification was announced, he had criticized the team's decision to make major changes to his car after a successful sprint session. "In the end, we had a pretty good car in the sprint. We made some changes and actually made it worse," Hamilton said. "We made it a little bit worse. I didn't test it. We both went that way and it was bad. I know not to do it again." Hamilton seemed frustrated with the technical decision taken by Ferrari, especially as he felt the changes were unnecessary and actually hurt his performance in the main session. For him, a car that was performing competitively should have been kept without risky modifications, especially before a crucial race. The team's decision, which was considered inappropriate, added to the emotional burden for Hamilton, who already had high expectations for his debut season with Ferrari. Hamilton's anger also reflected the pressure he felt at his new team. As a driver with a wealth of experience and 7 world titles to his name, he wanted to do his best, but technical obstacles like this could limit his potential on track. He hopes that this incident will be a lesson for the team to be more careful in their decisions, especially when it comes to changing car settings at key moments. This situation also has the potential to increase tension within the Ferrari team, which is still adjusting to Hamilton's presence. If a better technical solution and strategy is not found soon, the relationship between Hamilton and his team could become even more complicated. In the world of racing, communication and cooperation between drivers and teams are key to success, and Ferrari must immediately ensure that they can meet the high expectations of one of the best drivers in Formula One history. This disqualification has a significant impact on Ferrari in the standings. With the loss of a total of 18 points that they should have received from the results of Charles Leclerc's and Lewis Hamilton's races, the Italian team has suffered a major blow in their efforts to compete for the world title. Every point in the championship is valuable, and the loss of this significant amount of points certainly hurts their chances of closing in on their main rivals. In the Constructors' Championship, the loss of 18 points leaves Ferrari further behind Red Bull and Mercedes, who now have an even greater advantage with this result. Red Bull, who are already leading with a fairly comfortable lead, have further strengthened their position, while Mercedes have received an extra boost in their hunt for second place in the championship. The impact was also felt in the Drivers' Championship. Charles Leclerc, who had been fighting hard to stay at the top, missed a golden opportunity to score important points. With this result, the gap to his rivals widened, making his fight to catch up even harder. The incident also affected Ferrari's strategy in the following races, as they had to work harder to close the gap. In response to the incident, Ferrari immediately released an official statement admitting their mistake. In the statement, the team explained that the incident was the result of an unintentional technical error and promised to take preventative measures to ensure that similar incidents do not occur in the future. "We are extremely disappointed by this situation. This was a technical error of which we were previously unaware, and we will conduct a thorough investigation to understand the cause and ensure that we comply with FIA regulations in the future," Ferrari said in a statement. After this incident, Ferrari will be under immense pressure to ensure they do not make similar technical mistakes in future races. With a long Formula One schedule ahead, the team must bounce back quickly and ensure that all technical aspects of their car are in compliance with FIA regulations. The next Grand Prix will be a crucial test for Ferrari. Can they recover from this setback and return to the top? Or will this incident be a turning point that will hurt the team throughout the 2025 season? Write your thoughts.